Hey, what's up everybody? Marcello here from Gamers Xtreme, and today we're going to be reviewing the wireless GameCube Switch controller by PowerA. First off, just want to give a quick shout out to PowerA for sending us a review unit. So yeah, let's get into this. So as you'll see, it definitely already replicates that of the original GameCube design. It's pretty much spot on. Now there are a few key differences. The first is obviously on the top, you'll notice that the Z button for the original controller is now an L and R button, much like that respective to the Joy-Con and Pro Controller. So they both have a nice feel to them. It feels very much like the bumpers. The triggers from the GameCube controller are here, respective as the ZL and ZR buttons. They definitely feel very much like Nintendo's original controllers. However, the one thing I did notice is that there's a little bit more, or actually a little bit less room for your fingers, so it feels like your fingers do hit the back here a little bit shorter than the original GameCube controller. It's not a deal breaker by any means, it actually just is a slight noticeable feature. The other thing is that this is not a rechargeable controller, so there's no rechargeable battery in here. It is all AA, so put in AA's and you're good to go. Now, PowerA is saying that the controllers will last on average 30 hours on a full set of AA's. So you'll definitely get a lot of playtime out of the controller on that one set. The other noticeable difference is the D-pad. You'll notice that it's definitely a little bit larger than the original GameCube controllers. So I have the Wavebird here to showcase the difference. And you'll see that the D-pad on the Wavebird is definitely skinnier, a little bit smaller. It fits, you know, a little bit less than the diameter of the D-pad circle area here. But yeah, and then as I mentioned before, you'll see that trigger-wise, there's less space for your thumb to groove over there versus this one here, where there's a little bit of a deeper alcove. So this is just to showcase the differences. The analog sticks do feel really solid. They don't feel cheap at all. The C-stick over here actually feels a little bit more solid than the original GameCube controller. With the original, I had issues in the past, back when it came out 17 years ago, where they were a little bit on the cheaper side with the official ones, but they work great here. They feel solid. Now, the only thing to also mention are the buttons. The buttons do have a little bit more travel time than the original controllers. It's not a deal breaker by any means, but it's definitely noticeable if you were a fan of the original controller. The other thing you'll see is that the controller does have the full set of buttons here. So it does have the capture button and the home button on the controller itself. Both function perfectly fine with the minus and start buttons there as well. Honestly, the placement of these are really good, and I found myself very acclimated to pressing the buttons I needed to press, and it never felt out of place. It really feels like a very well thought out product. So the controller does retail for $49.99. And it does act as a Pro controller essentially. However, there are a few features missing from this controller versus that of a Pro controller. The first thing is that rumble is completely out, so there's no HD rumble to expect out of the controller. And the other thing is there's no NFC reader. So if you plan on playing Smash with an amiibo, well, nothing's really gonna happen. The nice thing is that the controller, while intended for Smash, is also a Pro controller, so you can play your entire Switch library with this controller. So it's been great. I've been able to go back to games like Bayonetta, Zelda, Mario Kart, and it feels great playing those games with this controller. There are other colors as well. They shipped us the gray version, which looks really nice. There's also the black, the indigo purple, and silver as well. So ultimately, is the controller worth your money? Absolutely. Let's put it this way, if you're a GameCube fan, you're gonna love having a wireless Switch controller that replicates the feel of a GameCube. If you're looking forward to playing Smash with a GameCube controller and don't wanna worry about having a wire and an adapter connected to your Switch to play it, this will do more than fine. Tournament players and the ones who are really serious with how they play Smash, they may wanna look into the official Nintendo GameCube controller that is released. However, this is a phenomenal controller, and PowerA has really put together what I feel is their best controller to date. So, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button down below. Feel free to comment, and if you have any questions on the controller, I'd be more than happy to answer if I can. And as always, everyone, be sure to hit that subscribe button. The more subscribers we've got, the more content we can push out for you guys. As always, everyone, game on.